So if people want to go ahead and get seated, we can go ahead and start a little bit early. We'll still be going by 6 o'clock for those who are going to be here at 6 o'clock. So welcome. And Jason is going, are you going to move the screen? Okay, got it. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Elaine Clegg. I'm the CEO at Valley Regional Transit, and I'll be presiding at the public hearing that we're having tonight. I'm joined by Mayor Debbie Kling of Nampa, who is our immediate past chair on the VRT Board of Directors, Stephen Hunt, who is our Chief Development Officer at VRT, and Terry Lindenberg, who is the Director at Treasure Valley Transit and also on our Regional Advisory Committee. So the purpose of this public hearing is to collect testimony regarding the Valley Regional Transit proposed bus network redesign and service changes that were released to the public on August 7th, 2023. Those are the boards that we have in the back and the books that you were able to review before we started this hearing. With these changes, Valley Regional Transit is aiming to provide more frequent service on highly used corridors and improve inter-county connections, among other things. We've been accepting public comment for the last few weeks through online surveys, phone messages, email, and more. All service change information is available on our website, online surveys, social media pages, and with various partners throughout the region. We also, of course, had the open house at 5 this evening, and we'll be having 3 more of these public hearings with open houses across the region, one in Boise, one in Meridian, and one in Caldwell later. Public comments received tonight will be added to the public comment record and used by our staff and the board to determine what the final changes on the bus network redesign look like. A final recommendation for service changes will be presented at a workshop with our executive board on October 2nd. That workshop will be followed by a board meeting with a recommendation based on the workshop to our full board, who will vote on the final redesign plan. Any service changes as a result of this work will be implemented in June of 2024. The reason for that gap is that these are relatively significant changes compared to some that we've done in the past, and that time will allow us and all of you to better understand what the service changes are, make sure we have the infrastructure in place to serve them well, and for our riders to be very familiar with what the changes will be and how to access them. So tonight, we appreciate you taking the time to attend the session, both in person and I think we have some folks virtually. We'll start the hearing now, and we'll be hearing comments from those that are attending in person first in the order that you signed up on the order sheet. We'll then shift to virtual participants. Anyone who is online and would like to testify will then do that. And then anyone who did not sign up but is in the audience, either in person and then virtually, we'll open it up for all of you to testify. Before making your comments, please state your name and spell it if you could. Sometimes it makes it a lot easier for us to have an accurate record, and provide your physical address. You'll have 3 minutes to provide testimony. At the end of the 3 minutes, I'll let you know that your time is up and ask you to wrap up. And please focus your comments on the proposed changes. If you'd like to talk about other things regarding public transportation, we're happy to have those conversations, but tonight's hearing is to be focused on the redesign if possible. And with that, I will open the public hearing and call the participants as you signed up when you came in. So welcome. So our first testimony will be from Karen Steele. Karen, if you'd come and give your name and address, I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you for being here.
Hi, my name is Miss Karen Steele. Last name Stiehl. I have been born and raised in the city of Nampa, and I have, for several years, been riding the transit. It has been a fairly good system in some respects, but in other respects, one of the main issues that I've been dealing with since they went to on-demand instead of going to the regular fixed routes is sometimes it's been hard to schedule and book bus rides. But I have been pretty much happy with the way the system is working, and I would like to see the changes implemented as soon as possible. And some of the things that I'm having trouble with on the app itself is labeling the stops when they tell you that they want you to be on a certain side of the street, on a certain corner, and sometimes I'm not able to discern the exact corner, and that would be something that I would like to see improved, is labeling of the corners. I would also like to be able to see more access to bus benches that can be put at corners where it may be hard to stand, or maybe not as easily accessible, especially when there's places that have a lot of wind and it just blows at you. And now the other things that I really love the friendliness of the drivers, and thank God for this system existing for those of us who either don't want to drive, or in my case, it may not be feasible to drive anyway. And I believe we need to have more of an increase in the system to be able to get around more, and to make it more available to people so we have less traffic. Because one of my major issues in dealing with traffic, I realize, may not be something that can be controlled. But when I walk across some of the intersections, there are cars blocking the actual intersection, and I'm trying to cross. And even where I live, in the vicinity of 12th Avenue and 7th Street near Albertsons, traffic is backed up, places like that. And, I'm so thankful for the bus system,
Karen,
because we need more of that.
If you could wrap up, please.
And God bless you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Next, we have Amy Bowman. Welcome, Amy.
Hi, and because I'll be here later, if somebody else wants to go before me, because I'm just reading for somebody else.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So the next one who said they did want to testify was Larita.
Larita Shandorf, 1108 South Stanford. I want to thank the City Council for supporting alternative transportation, and especially these additional routes. By funding these additional routes, you are sending the message that if a person is elderly or a young adult trying to live within their means, or if you're disabled, that you care about people and their choice how they choose to get around in this community. And that's really important. Please continue to fund public transit so that everyone, regardless of age, ability, and choice, can thrive. According to ITD's data for 2020, which is the most recent we have, 42% of people in Idaho age 15 to 19 do not have a driver's license. 20% of Idaho's older adults age 75 and older don't have a driver's license. So these bus routes are very important, and I thank you for continuing to fund them. I look forward to additional funding for things like the bus stops and the bus benches that were mentioned by the previous testimony. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Logan Fife. Did I get that right?
No, it's... Hi there, I'm Logan Fitzen. And just a little bit of background, I actually work as the busing director for one of our local schools. And I just would like to say that I'm very grateful to hear about the expansion of the bus routes and the continuation of the bus routes. Having known several people who do not have their driver's license for one reason or another, it is just great to hear that there are still ways for them to be able to travel around and to connect, as services such as Uber and Lyft are getting more and more expensive. It's great to have this public option that allows younger and older generations to connect and to get to communal spaces in order to grow our communities and to strengthen our communities, as well as alleviating traffic, which makes it a lot better for the people who continue to drive in their vehicles, as well as alleviating a major source of stress from personal experience driving on Idaho roads, because, pardon my French, there's a couple idiots that you'll run across here and there who just can't drive. And so having that option as a way to alleviate stress is a great way and a great step forward. Thank you so much.
There we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Next up, we have B. Murphy. You did not indicate if you wanted to testify or not. Are you still here, B? Okay. So Amy, I guess it's back to you.
Thank you. My name is Amy Bowman, and I am actually speaking on behalf of Miss Sharon Marmon, who resides at A Street Unit 239 in Nampa, Idaho 83651, and met her last week when Mayor Kling was visiting a local 55 and older community. And I spoke with her earlier today, and I did my very best to type very quickly her comments, and so I will attempt to read them. So here we go. The senior citizens in the city of Nampa actually need public transportation because a lot of them can't drive to doctor's appointments, to be able to get down to the grocery store or back, or even to stores to buy clothes and shoes. A lot of us don't have extended family that live in this area, so it leaves us depending on public transportation or Lyft or something like that, and that gets very expensive. There's 170 homes in Silvercrest 2 and at least 100 in Silvercrest 1. Goldcrest, which is also right in this same area, probably has at least 100. Then there's Evergreen Park, which I believe is a mobile home just in a close vicinity. I don't think we would need a daily bus system, but if we had a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, then we could make arrangements in our medical schedule and shopping schedules to be able to go on the bus to go wherever we need to go and back again. It's not like we have to have something that goes there every day. We can arrange our schedules. It would be great to have a route that goes to St. Luke's or St. Al's and taking people to those places. I think most of us would be willing to pay a nominal fee for something like that. Ms. Marmon shares that she has macular degeneration, and there's a lot of people acquiring that condition in their age group. Some people can still see, but some of them probably shouldn't be driving, but don't have any other option. So we have much more traffic too, and she said even if she felt like driving, it scares her. Ms. Marmon has used the Metro and United Healthcare transportation, but she says you typically have to set up arrangements 3 days before, and if they can't find your house, then they cancel the appointment. And if you miss an appointment, then a lot of doctors and dentists are starting to charge $25. Medicare's Advantage program says they cover 12 trips, but that is really only 6 round-trip medical appointments per year. There is a strong concentration of seniors and individuals who would use public transportation if it was, I will say, more available. She would like to recommend a trial route that would pick up at the clubhouses for Silvercrest and Goldcrest twice a week and on a regular basis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, that's everyone we had signed up on our sign-up sheet. So what we're going to do is go online and see if there's anyone online that wishes to testify. Then I'll come back to the audience if there's anyone here who didn't sign up and would like to.
There's currently no one online.
Okay, currently we have no one online. So is there anyone else in the audience who would like to testify? Andrew, I know that you talked about perhaps testifying for someone. We'd be happy to take that testimony now if you'd like. You'd have to, come up if you can.
I have a downstairs neighbor at the apartment complex I just moved into who would be, or no, not a downstairs neighbor, a neighbor down the street who goes to the bus at the hospital, and she would really like a bus stop to be put closer to the apartment complex. And frankly, I would like that too. But
Could you go ahead and give your name and address, and we'll note that you're sharing her testimony as well.
now you've gone too far. Andrew Mills, Andrew C. Mills. I live in the apartment complex in Caldwell, down the street from the West Valley Medical Center. It's, why am I spacing on the name right now?
That's fine. That's good.
Sunset Landing Apartments.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
where it is, yeah. And my neighbor's name is Day.
Okay. So a bus stop closer to,
The apartment complex, Sunset Landing Apartments. And it would be fine if it was just like right next to the St. Luke's Children's Hospital, which is 0.2 miles away as opposed to 0.4, where there's 5 or 6 bus stops.
okay,
But yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to testify? And we still have no one online. Okay, well, thank you all for coming tonight. We had a great open house. I was really pleased to see you all here, meet many of you. We will be hanging around for a little while. If you have questions, as we clean up, we'd be happy to answer those. And just really excited about the potential changes in our transit system that we think are going to make it better. And Mayor Kling, if you'd like to say anything, I'd be happy to let you.
There we go. Thank you. Elaine, thank you for your work. Stephen, thank you for being here. Jason, we really appreciate the work of VRT. The one thing that I know is there are no easy answers. It's so complex, and we need to hear from our citizens. And so I want to say thank you to those of you that were here that are passionate about pedestrian pathways, bike pathways. I know, Loretta, there's a number of you here. But also, this is about public transportation. Connectivity is critical. and trying to figure it out. And we really do need the help of our citizens to help us figure out how to do it and to provide for the needs of our citizens. So I just want to say thank you to those that came. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the service, Terry. Also, thank you for the service that you provide. Right, it's very valuable and impactful to our citizens. So you know what, there has always been work to do. There's continuing to be work to do. There's continuing to be work that needs to be done. I just appreciate us all leaning in together and figuring it out. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Terry Lindenberg. I work for Treasure Valley Transit. I'm also a member of the Regional Advisory Committee. And I'm just very pleased to be here tonight. And I live here in Nampa. And I've been looking forward to the changes that I've seen coming. Since 2005, I believe we've come a long way. And I think this is the beginning of a direction that will take us a lot further. So I'm very proud to represent the RAC and also be a member of the community of Nampa and somebody who utilizes public transit and works for public transit. Thank you.
Thank you. And Stephen, did you want to say anything? You don't have to.
Just thanks for coming. Appreciate your comments.
Yeah. Thank you again. It's been great to hear your comments, and we do have them recorded, and stay in touch. Thank you very much.